Yo people, welcome back to the YouTube channel. You already know, well, you don't know what time it is. You don't know what time it is because new set. It's not much, but it's mine. It's mine. And the logo looking crisp, Stamford Bridge looking clean, salt lamp there for my piece, and the mirror is just a reflection of myself, and it's time for me to reflect on the channel and my content, and anything could be in that position. Sometimes we'll be reflecting on what we've said, hence the mirror looking back at me. Sometimes we'll have the tactics board there, which is coming tomorrow, and we'll see an opportunity to move players around, talk more in depth about what's happened or what is to happen with the previews. And sometimes it will be another chair, much like this one over there, for all of the people that we've had on this channel and some people that we haven't, to have a little one-to-one, have a proper interview, because I've always wanted to have my own podcast. I've watched a lot of podcasts growing up, and I want to talk in depth with some of the people that I know in this community that I've spoken to for so many years, the likes of Flawless, the likes of Lawless. Even maybe one day I'll soon fly to Jordan to meet Hussam's tribe. Do you know what I'm saying? So those people won't be going anywhere. And there's some announcements, where you're going to potentially smile and some cry. First of all, like I said, new set. Second of all, yes, there will be some changes. Breaks my heart, really does, because we've done these shows for a while, but London Clubs Carnage and Battle of the North are no more. I'll explain why. I'm changing the content on the channel a bit in terms of a lot more short form. I feel like I don't do enough videos, and I love making videos. That's why I started off making videos on Twitter, short form content that you can in 10, 15 minutes watch and go about your day. And there's something about videos for me that, you can put in the edit and you can make it into a masterpiece. And we've had a couple little dribble drabbles of what we're capable of on this channel, but they take time, whether it's the FBI collab with Eunice, where we went into Canary Wharf and London and we shot those shots. The football therapy with Yannick, where we literally needed that therapy. And that's just a really small sample size, and it's not enough for me because I'm creative. I want to be creative, and that's where you guys may know me from on Twitter back in the beginning before we started this channel. And I feel like at this moment I'm not doing that enough. I'm not making enough skits. I'm not pushing the boat out enough. I'm not going outside enough. And that's why I've changed it up, and that's why I'm leaving those two shows behind. I mean, they were wonderful shows, brilliant panels. I have to thank them a million times for the contributions, for the time and the effort that they've put in over the years, the different panelists we've had on those shows. But they are exhausting. You see me on a lot of long shows as well. And it's tough. It's tough sometimes to do these shows back to back. Just the Monday just gone, I did Battle of the North. That was an hour and 45 minutes. Then I did Big Six. It was 2 hours, 20 minutes. And then I do the watch-alongs. We do Football Focus, and I'm not going to stop those. We're going to keep watching those games, those watch-alongs. But it's a lot of hours back to back. It's a lot of shows. DR, we got the round up there. And when you've done 6-7 hours alone of live shows, and then you haven't even made a video yet, which is what I was feeling like I was put to do, on this channel. It's what I want to do the most. Is make those videos, because I don't want you to forget that we can do that. It's tough, man. You can only do so much. There's only so many hours in a day. I wish I could split myself in half and do it all. But I need to keep my energy for some of these videos that I got to put out. And like I said, this is a different format. I know a lot of people are going to miss the shows. I know a lot of people are going to be pissed. Pissed. But we have to evolve, and we have to keep striving for better and to be better. And like I said, those same people you'll see, not every week, but you'll see them. They'll be back. They'll be here, hopefully, if I can drag them in. But I have to keep pushing the boat out. I have to keep trying to do a lot and do the most, because that's how I keep myself entertained, as much as hopefully you guys. And the way that YouTube is right now, everybody is doing live shows, and the live shows are slapping, don't get me wrong, but it does get repetitive for content creators. It's not just me. I'm sure other content creators watching this feel the same. Sometimes you say the same thing 2-3 times in one day. You're trying to make it interesting. You're trying to spice it up, add a bit of flavor in, to make sure that you're not boring yourself or boring anybody else. And for me, I feel like I need to make sure that, one, I am not repetitive. I am not, you know, becoming a little stale, I guess you could say, but also that I am also making the content that I want to make, and kicking on. So those shows have done their thing. You know, those shows have done their thing. Mad memories, mad moments, and we'll bring them back every now and then. You know, they're not gone forever. In the international breaks, when we can have a little catch up, we can have a little roundup. But in terms of doing them every week, my forehead is developing many wrinkles, shouting and blowing whistles and red cards and yellow cards. I need to get back into my creative bag. I can only do so much creativity, I feel like, on streams, on lives. I need to create. I need to give you those B-rolls. I need to film things that you may not even think are possible for football. I feel like I feel like the football kind of community, we don't know what we're capable of. We don't know what we're missing. There's a whole world out there that we can film. And yes, I must leave my bedroom, and it's not my bedroom, it's clearly my studio, but you get what I'm saying. So, but we have this studio here as well. And like I said, that's gonna do wonders for us. So yeah, there's more to come. There will be a table. Like I said, that's all yet to come, but that's the announcement for the channel. More videos, more Chelsea videos, not just the reviews, not just the previews, but I want to get back to talking on a daily basis as well. And I want to get back to, like I said, doing what I started, which is more short form, as well as the watch alongs, and of course, you know, All You Can Eat Chelsea we've got, and many others. So yeah, that's the announcement. And without further ado, we're gonna get into some news. We have to have a serious conversation with Chelsea fans right now in the community, because everybody that leaves us seems to do better without us. And it's deep, but it's facts. You know, you look at Hudson-Odoi, he's gone out to Nottingham Forest, he scores a bender, a blinder. People are looking back like saying, whoa, Mudryk, why can't you do that? You know, João Felix does what he did for Barcelona the other night. People are saying, oh, we should have kept him. And listen, obviously we can go back and we can reflect and we can say, oh, look how good they are. But then at the same present moment, the players that we have will say, oh, they're terrible. Why can't they do this? Why can't they do that? Which, you know, there is some improving and developing to do, but we have to look at ourselves a little bit and say, in this reflection, literally, and say to ourselves, why is it when they leave, we treat them better than when they're here? Why is it when they're there, we can see their potential, but not when they're here? What is it? And I keep saying it. I've said it so many times. We are the problem. Our club is genuinely the problem. Our instability, our drama, our constant headlines, our constant shape-shifting with the squad, our constant manager merry-go-round, our constant change and lack of clear vision, clear stability, which you'd hope we have now, but we know over the years we've always been chopping and changing between style, formation, system. We have no set path, we have no set plan, no set integration system. And people have paid the price. Many players have paid the price. Now, some players just haven't been good enough, right? And those players will leave and won't do better. But a lot of these players that we have and that we think now, oh, wow, look, if we done, look. People are capable. People are capable. A lot of them are capable. Players we have now are capable. It's why I haven't given up on Jackson. It's why I haven't given up on Mudryk. They're capable. They just need time, but they also need stability, and they also need trust as well, and also connections, and to be played in their natural positions. And that's absolutely facts when it comes down to Colwell playing left back instead of centre back, and Chilwell playing left wing instead of left back. Let's stop overcomplicating life. Let's start getting back to the basics. I said it in my last preview. People play in their natural positions, make their natural chemistries and connections, understand their strengths and weaknesses, and play to those and not expose them. So I think with Felix, listen, I'm happy for him. Happy for Hudson-Odoi, happy for all these players. But we can't get them back. Time passes now. We've moved on. They've moved on. We need to focus on what we have and start to identify how we're going to make the talent we have flourish, because right now it seems like we cripple. So yeah. And obviously on Ivan Toney as well. That's been the latest. And we're talking about Ramsdale as well. I mean, what kind of foolish fake news was that? Surely that must not be true. Surely Aaron Ramsdale links must be false. Some people in the live chat were saying when I was talking earlier on the watch along, it ain't true. Thank God, because you've just signed a goalkeeper. So let's not go and double down with another goalkeeper for competition like we just come from in Kepa and Mendy. And then not to mention you got Petrovic, who you got high stocks in, and Stalina as well. So let's calm down with the goalkeepers. But on Ivan Toney, listen, I wouldn't mind. I mean, very good striker. Put it up for Bournemouth last season. Obviously, there are concerns with the 6-month ban. Started training from September. Mentally, where's he at? Fitness-wise, where's he at? Sharpness, where's he at? When he comes in, is he really ready to start? Is he going to need a pre-season where he's actually playing, at least competitively, because he's not training with his first team. And then obviously, the question is as well is, once he does come in, what happens in terms of, do we still play Jackson with him? Do we take Jackson out and he's the new striker by himself? What works best? He's worked with Mbeumo. What can we learn from that? Does that work with Nkuku? Looking at the style of the striker. Now, I think he's quite well-rounded, so that's why I like him. He drops deep, holds up the ball, can pass, can clearly finish, and can take penalties. And maybe even a free kick. I think I saw a lovely free kick him score one time. Gave me Drogba vibes, but we won't bring that name up again, because last time people did that in pre-season. Now it's starting to get a little bit up in arms, and headers are getting missed. So we'll calma with that. But yeah, man, I feel like that's a player that I would prefer 100%. There's a track record. Premier League experience is something that Poch banged on about all of the summer. He was talking about Premier League experience. And at some point you have to hope that the board and Poch align on experience. Sometimes experience is needed, not just under 25s for the last 2 windows, because it's the right experience as well. It's not just any experience, it's the right experience, because you can get the wrong experience as well. More than you can believe. So I think for us right now, I'm calming down from what happened over the weekend. I think we all need to calm down as a fan base a little bit. I know we're heated. I know we're panicking. We're in crisis. Yes, a lot of people will point to the underlying stats and say, actually, look, it's not all bad. We are playing in a way where it should produce goals, as you saw at the weekend, but we're not putting our chances away. Who's to blame for that? I think it's collective. I know a lot of people are pointing at Jackson. 100%, he missed his chances. He needs to not hit random civilians in the crowd. There's no need for that with his left foot. Cut that back, bring it back, create that opportunity. You don't need to find the lowest XG possible shot and actually shoot. But there's others that could shoot better. Sterling could not slash it wide across the box when he should be shooting. Gallagher can put it on target and actually take the shot as well when he's running straight on goal and not pass wide. Same with Palmer when he come on. People can take responsibility. Everybody collectively needs to chip in. It's not going to be one person that gets 20, 25 goals. We've burnt that bridge way too many times in our recent history with number 9s. Everybody's got to contribute equally. You get 10, you get 10, you get 10, you get 10. All right? That's the way we're going to have to go about this season. There's no savior. Nkuku's 100% going to improve this. Would I prefer Nkuku to be taking a free kick? 100%. Would I prefer Nkuku to be taking a penalty instead of Enzo? 100%. Would I prefer Nkuku to be in the box when we're doing these cutbacks? 100%. But he'll need to be slowly integrated. He'll need to be recovering on his fitness. He'll need to be looked after, because he had an injury last season as well. We have to be careful. Our medical history is sketchy at best, so we have to be careful on that, not to overburden him and think that he's going to come in and do a madness immediately. He might take some time to recover. It's a long injury he had. So, but yeah, I am still calm-ish. I'm still recovering from what happened, but I'm still calm. And I'm looking forward to the next game. I know it sounds crazy, but right now I know this team need belief. What they can't afford right now is for their fans to turn against them, for their fans to lose hope. And people will say hopium, copium, dopium, whatever you want to call it. But it's a young team. It's not their fault that they're not maybe ready. That's ours. We purchased them. We placed that expectation. Now we must see it through. There's no point in 5 games judging what the next 5 years could be, because that's not what these guys are about. That's not what they were purchased for, whether we like it or not. Obviously, we want gradual improvements quite quickly. We want points, right? We want goals. But these guys, they can't afford for us to turn against them. They can't afford for us to get abusive. They can't afford for us to get not negative, but they can't afford for us to get toxic, turn into what we always turn into, which is everybody fuck off, everybody get out, clear out, rah! And then we start again. Because not only have we then wasted our time and we start from zero, but also we've killed more players' careers, and then they leave and they actually are not that bad. Because we don't have any time to waste, right? Well, we do. We actually do have a bit of time to waste because we've been wasting time already. We've been not competing. We've been struggling. So actually, it couldn't get any worse, I promise you. From what was happening last season, it couldn't get any worse. So the season is long. It's not 5 games. It's a bumpy road, but gradually, as the season goes on, I'm hoping for steady, incremental improvements, everybody getting better in every department. And if we finish the season strongly, you never know. We might actually make a late last-minute dash, because every single year we see that top 4 race is always a mess. And this year will be no different. People drop points, people get tired, injuries start to hit, inconsistencies. What do we always say? Nobody wants top 4. So there will be a gap, there will be an opening, and it's top 5 now. So even if you are, and it happened when we sacked Potter, we were only 8 points adrift. You pick up the next 4 wins out of 5, and then you're in the conversation again. It can change that quickly. So I'm not saying it has to get to that point, but it may. But my point is that dashing our toys out the prime is not going to work. It's not going to work. We've done it too many times, and the teams at the top, the teams that have developed their players, the teams that have had to go through those disgusting patches with one manager, with that manager, whether it's Klopp finishing 7th, Arteta finishing 8th. I'm not saying that has to happen this season with Poch, but it could actually. Maybe I'm over my head. Maybe I think we're going to finish higher than we actually will. But my point is that we have to take the rough with the smooth, and we actually have to get maybe bad before we get better. And do you know what? We're not actually that bad. We just can't finish. You look at how many big chances we've created, how many we put away. We've created the same amount of big chances as like Man City, but they've scored all of theirs and we miss all of ours. So we are ways to go, 100%, but we need to get through this. We actually have to get through this as a club. It's as simple as that, in my opinion. So that's where I'm at, because I know someone asked a question about, are you Poch in? Are you Poch out? I'm Poch in. I've been in and I'm staying here. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. And there wasn't many other questions, I'm not going to lie. On the review, I asked for questions at the end. People were their heads were hot. And I asked at the end, I should have asked at the start. Next review I ask at the start, we'll go through the questions like we did last time. I asked at the end, everybody was so angry with the result. They didn't have the time to think about questions. So that's fair. So yeah. That's all I've got to say. That's all I've got to get off my chest today. Make sure you smash up the likes. Make sure you subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. In a bit, people. Peace.